everyone, I'm Erica. I'm a registered dietitian and I love food. I am passionate about creating healthy, balanced, and most importantly, delicious meals for me and my family. Questions I get asked all the time are, how do I keep my produce from going bad? Or how much time do I need to spend cooking to make healthy meals? Or can you please help me? I just don't know what to make and I don't have the time or energy. So today I'm excited to share what I might do to prep for the week to set myself up for success. We are going to prep 10 simple ingredients, and then I'm going to show you how to take those 10 ingredients and create some healthy and balanced breakfasts, lunches, dinners, and snacks that are as delicious as they are nutritious. So these 10 ingredients create meals that are varied and different, so you'll look forward to eating every single bite. Let's get started.
So I always recommend starting with the thing that takes the longest, which here would be our pork carnitas. It's about 2 teaspoons of cumin, 2 teaspoons of oregano, a little bit of olive oil, and then we're just gonna mix that up into a paste. You wanna season your pork shoulder really liberally with kosher salt and fresh cracked pepper, and then spread that rub all over the meat. As soon as you've got that done, go ahead and pop it in your Instant Pot. You could also do this in the crock pot or even in the oven. So we're gonna chop some veggies to go on top. I've got a jalapeno, which we are finely mincing, some fresh garlic, about 3 to 4 cloves. I'm going to thinly slice it, no need to mince. Next, we've got a whole sweet onion that we are going to finely chop. And then we are going to put all of the veggies on top of the pork and add some fresh squeezed orange juice. This sounds a little weird, but trust me, it works. Next, we have some almond butter. So you're gonna start with some raw almonds, sprinkle with some pumpkin pie spice, and drizzle with a little maple syrup. Spread it all around and place in the oven at 300 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes until the almonds are roasted. You want the inside to look golden brown. Next, we're gonna add the cooled almonds to your food processor. We're gonna press go and walk away. The food processor does most of the work here. You may have to scrape down the sides a couple of times and it will turn into a ball like this. That's normal. Just keep processing, add just a touch of salt, and then it turns into a smooth, creamy, delicious almond butter. We're gonna store in a glass jar. Next, we have quinoa that we're going to prep. I always recommend giving your quinoa a really good rinse because if not, it'll end up pretty bitter. Add to a large Dutch oven or saucepan. I'm using vegetable broth for a little bit more flavor. Bringing to a boil, reducing to a simmer, and cooking for about 15 minutes. Then you're going to add your cooked fluffed quinoa to a Tupperware container for storage. Now we're going to prep our black beans, which again is so easy. I just use canned black beans that I give a really good rinse. This is so easy throughout the week to grab a spoonful of beans for meals instead of having to open and rinse cans of beans every time you want to eat beans. Now we're gonna chop our beautiful, colorful bell peppers. I like to start at the top of the pepper and slice down. Another thing I like to do during meal prep is to have a scrap bowl. That way you don't have to make multiple trips to the trash can while you're prepping all of your food. Keep your bell peppers, again, in an airtight container. Next, we're gonna prep some Tuscan kale. You could choose any green that you like. I love the versatility of kale. We're gonna give it a good rinse, pat dry, remove the ribs, and then just give it a rough chop, and done. Next, we're going to roast some sweet potatoes. So you're just going to chop up however many sweet potatoes you want and place on a sheet pan. Make sure to give them plenty of room. You don't want to crowd your pan or else you'll end up steaming your potatoes instead of roasting. I'm seasoning with a big drizzle of olive oil, smoked paprika, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and then really get in there with your hands and coat the potatoes with the olive oil and spices. This will again help them crisp up. We're doing 425 for about 25 minutes and they're done. So next we're gonna make an apple cider vinaigrette. And this again is so easy and tastes so much better than store-bought. So I'm just starting with some garlic, a little maple syrup, apple cider vinegar, salt and fresh cracked pepper, a little dried oregano, and Dijon mustard, and a little olive oil. I like to make my dressings in a jar, give them a really good shake, and then they're good to go in the fridge for a week or so. Next, we're gonna make a creamy chipotle sauce, which is super delicious. We're starting with some sour cream, and then I like to use half plain Greek yogurt to cut down on some of the fat. We're using chipotle pepper. I get these canned chipotle peppers, and per use, you only use about one, so I keep the rest in the freezer in a storage container and then take it out when I want that hit of heat. A little lime juice, and our creamy chipotle sauce is done. Next, we're gonna make pickled red onion. So I've got some apple cider vinegar, hot water, about 2 tablespoons of sugar, a teaspoon of salt, and then 1 red onion that I will finely slice. Place in a glass jar or container. Whisk the vinegar, salt, and sugar and make sure that it gets really well dissolved. Then pour the heated mixture over your onions and make sure they are submerged. Now we're gonna come back to our pulled pork. It is done from the crock pot and we're gonna go ahead and shred it. It should be falling off the bones, and we're just gonna place that in a container and drizzle the liquid over. That gives it a lot of good flavor and moisture. All right, now our prep is done. We're moving on to the fun part, which is how we turn these delicious components into filling, satisfying meals. So we're gonna start out with one of my favorite fall smoothies, starting out with a big bunch of that Tuscan kale, a fresh pear, or you could use apple, a frozen banana, and a big spoonful of our homemade almond butter, some ground flaxseed, and almond milk. Blend that up until it's super smooth and you've got a delicious filling green smoothie. One of my favorite snacks throughout the week is hummus and veggies, and it makes it so easy when your veggies are already prepped and ready to go. Jazzing up my hummus just a little bit with some olive oil, flaky sea salt, and balsamic glaze for an elevated snack. Next, I like to elevate my toast with some delicious toppings, including our homemade almond butter and a bunch of fresh fruit. Here I'm adding banana, hemp hearts, toasted coconut, and a drizzle of honey. Next, we're going to make a Chipotle bowl using a lot of our meal prepped components. So we're gonna start with our bell peppers and saute those. Add some avocado that you thinly slice along with some green onions and cilantro. The base of our bowl is going to be lettuce, and then we're going to add some quinoa, black beans, and our shredded pork carnitas, of course pickled red onion, our sauteed bell pepper, avocado, fresh herbs, and then our creamy chipotle sauce. I'm telling you guys, this bowl is delicious. Next, I love eating this for lunch, but it is a fall harvest salad. It is your kale tossed with a little bit of quinoa and our apple cider vinaigrette, topped with our roasted sweet potato cubes, some dried cranberries, pepitas, pickled red onions, and a little bit of feta. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you could make a hash with your prepped kale, roasted sweet potatoes, some pork carnitas, black beans, and you're gonna heat this in a skillet over medium heat. and crack an egg right in the center. Season with salt and pepper, and voila! A delicious, balanced breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Next, we're gonna make tacos. We've got corn tortillas that I'm just heating up over our gas flame, but you could also do this in the oven or microwave. We're going to fill them with our creamy chipotle sauce, a big scoop of our pork carnitas, the pickled red onions, and then whatever fresh stuff you like on top, like green onions, cilantro, lettuce, pickled red onions, and even more sauteed bell peppers. These tacos taste like you're eating at a Mexican restaurant. Finish off with a fresh squeeze of lime. There you have a full week's worth of different types of meals that are nutritious, filling, satisfying, and absolutely delish.
Okay guys, that's it. I've put some recipe links and helpful hints in the description box below, so make sure you check that out so that you can make this meal plan your own. Let me know in the comment section what types of videos you'd like to see or any questions that you might have. If you liked this video, make sure to give a big thumbs up and subscribe for more. Happy cooking!